In 2012, Hollywood had already written Demi Moore off. She was called a crazy ex-wife, a woman who had lost her mind after being replaced by a 22-year-old girl. She weighed barely 90 pounds, her daughters weren't speaking to her, and the world watched her public collapse with a mix of pity and judgment. While her ex-husband, Ashton Kutcher, was building a new perfect life, Demi was fighting for her soul. But what the world didn't know was that Demi's battle didn't start with a cheating husband. It started decades earlier with a mother who committed the ultimate betrayal, selling her 15-year-old daughter for exactly $500. Today, the tables have turned. As Ashton Kutcher's name is dragged into the headlines surrounding the P. Diddy scandal, Demi Moore is standing taller than ever. She isn't just a survivor, she is the ultimate winner in a game of Hollywood karma. In this video, we are diving deep into Demi's shocking memoir, Inside Out. From the dark secrets of her childhood to the hidden cracks in her perfect marriage to Bruce Willis and the toxic games she played to keep Ashton Kutcher happy. We'll reveal how she finally found the strength to stop being a victim. This is the truth Hollywood tried to bury. This is Demi Moore, raw and unplugged. To understand why Demi Moore allowed powerful men to control her, we have to look at where she came from. Her childhood wasn't just poor, it was a nightmare. Her parents, Virginia and Dan Gines, were caught in a cycle of alcohol, violence, and constant moving. By the time Demi was only 14, they had moved over 30 times. 30 different cities, 30 different schools. She never had a chance to feel safe. But even worse was the role Demi had to play at home. She wasn't the child. She was the protector. She recalls the horrifying moments of digging pills out of her mother's mouth with her own small fingers, desperately trying to stop Virginia's frequent suicide attempts. It was this desperate need for stability that made Demi a target. Enter a man who was supposed to be a family friend. He started picking her up from school in his car. He would take her out to lunch at local restaurants, acting like the father figure she never had. But Demi felt it in her gut. She describes a chilling, uneasy intuition, a voice telling her that something was deeply wrong. Yet, her mother didn't just ignore the red flags, she encouraged the relationship. Then came the night that broke everything. Demi was 15. She came home to find a man she knew waiting for her. Her mother had taken $500 from him in exchange for access to her daughter. After the assault, the man looked at Demi and said, "How does it feel to be traded for $500? This moment shattered Demi's sense of worth. It taught her that her body was a commodity and that the person who should have protected her most, her mother, could sell her for the price of a used car. This is the trauma Demi carried into every Hollywood audition and every high-profile marriage. But Demi wasn't just a survivor of a broken home. She was a fighter with a relentless ambition. Her path to the top was anything but easy. In the early 80s, she almost lost everything before it even began. High on cocaine and spiraling out of control, she was given an ultimatum by director Joel Schumacher: get sober or get out. Demi chose to fight. She went to rehab, got clean, and transformed herself into the biggest female star of the 90s. When she cut her hair short for Ghost, she didn't just change her look, she changed the face of Hollywood. But the industry has a way of punishing women who know their worth. When Demi demanded a record-breaking $12.5 million for striptease, the media turned on her. They called her Demi Moore, portraying her as greedy and difficult. In reality, Demi was fighting a lonely battle for equal pay. She was making history, but the cost was a reputation that Hollywood would use against her for years to come. After a childhood spent in survival mode, Demi Moore was desperate for a protector. And then she met Bruce Willis. He was charming, successful, and bigger than life. They were married in Las Vegas just 4 months after they met. To the world, they were the it couple of the 90s. But behind the scenes, the foundation was already cracking. On the very day of their wedding, the ghost of Demi's past appeared. Her mother, Virginia, showed up drunk and caused a scene, embarrassing Demi in front of everyone. It was Bruce who stepped in and took control, literally having her removed. In that moment, Demi felt like she finally had a hero. But that hero came with his own set of rules. As Demi's career exploded, Bruce's traditional views began to surface. He told her flat out, "I don't know if I can be married if you're going to work." He wanted a wife who stayed at home with the kids. He wanted to be the only provider, the only star in the house. Demi tried to be perfect. She tried to be the ideal mother and the biggest movie star at the same time. But the more successful she became, the more the tension grew. The breaking point came when Demi became the highest paid actress in history, earning $12.5 million for striptease. But this historic achievement turned into a nightmare. While the media was dragging her through the mud, calling her Demi Moore and mocking her ambition, she found no support at home either. Instead of being her sanctuary, Bruce became her biggest critic. He didn't celebrate her historic victory, he resented it. Demi describes this era as living in a golden cage. She had the money and the fame, but she was losing her voice. She felt that if she didn't stay small and compliant, she would lose the only family she ever had. It was a trade-off she couldn't sustain forever. After the heavy, controlling years with Bruce, Ashton Kutcher felt like a breath of fresh air. He was 15 years younger, tech-savvy, and full of life. For Demi, this was a chance to redo her youth, the youth that had been stolen from her by her mother and that man in the apartment. But to keep this young, famous man, Demi felt she had to be the cool girl. She didn't want to be the demanding older woman, and that's exactly where the trap was set. In her book, Demi reveals a heartbreaking truth. She had been sober for 20 years, a massive achievement for a child of alcoholics. But Ashton didn't believe in addiction. He told her, "I don't know if alcoholism is a real thing. I think it's just about moderation." To please him, to show him she was fun, Demi took a drink. One glass turned into a relapse that lasted years. But the worst part? Later, when she would lose control, Ashton would use her drinking to shame her, making her feel like the unstable one in the relationship. The manipulation went even deeper. Demi admits that she agreed to bring third parties into their bedroom to satisfy Ashton's fantasies. She wanted to show him how evolved and open-minded she was. But every time, she left those experiences feeling a deep sense of shame and emptiness. She was trading her boundaries for his approval. She was repeating the same pattern she learned at 15. That her own feelings didn't matter as long as she was fulfilling someone else's desires. While Demi was losing herself, trying to be the perfect young wife, Ashton was already looking elsewhere. The public humiliation was coming, and it would be more painful than anything she had ever faced in Hollywood. In September 2011, Demi Moore was preparing to celebrate her 6th wedding anniversary. She had spent years trying to be the perfect, cool wife for Ashton, drinking with him, bringing others into their bed, trying to stay eternally young. She thought she was saving her marriage. She was wrong. While Demi was at home, Ashton was in San Diego, partying at the Hard Rock Hotel. The next morning, the world woke up to a scandal that would become Demi's worst nightmare. Ashton hadn't just cheated. He had spent their anniversary weekend with a 22-year-old girl in a hotel hot tub. For Demi, the pain was twofold. Not only was the betrayal public, but the girl was the same age as her own daughters. It was the ultimate slap in the face. The woman who had once been the highest-paid star in Hollywood was now a laughingstock in the tabloids. This wasn't just a breakup, it was a total demolition of her identity. The shock sent Demi into a tailspin. She stopped eating. Her weight plummeted to a dangerous 90 pounds. She began abusing substances to numb the pain of the public rejection. Her daughters, Rumor, Scout, and Tallulah, watched in horror as their mother withered away. The tension became so great that her own children stopped speaking to her for 3 years. They couldn't bear to watch her destroy herself over a man who had clearly moved on. Demi Moore, once the queen of Hollywood, was now utterly alone, staring into the abyss. They say the best revenge is living well, and in 2024, Demi Moore provided the world with a masterclass in survival. After years of being mocked for her age and her past, Demi returned to the big screen in the most fearless way possible. In her latest film, The Substance, Demi plays a woman obsessed with youth, a role that mirrors her own life. She chose to show her aging body, her wrinkles, and her vulnerability without any filters. She literally stripped away the cool girl mask she had worn for Ashton, and the world fell in love with her all over again. But her victory isn't just professional, it's personal. The woman who was once estranged from her children is now the heart of her family. Today, she is the strongest support for her ex-husband, Bruce Willis, as he battles dementia. She isn't bitter about their past. She is there for him and his wife, Emma, proving that real love transcends a divorce. And what about the man who tried to break her? While Demi is celebrating a career renaissance, Ashton Kutcher's world is shrinking. In 2024, his long-standing friendship with the disgraced mogul P. Diddy has come back to haunt him. The public hasn't forgotten the games he played, and as more Hollywood secrets come to light, Ashton is the one hiding from the cameras. The contrast is poetic. Ashton, who once shamed Demi for her age and her struggles, is now the one facing a massive reputational crisis. Mila Kunis is reportedly at her wit's end, and the perfect life they built on the ashes of Demi's heart is looking more fragile than ever. Demi Moore spent 40 years trying to be enough for everyone else, her mother, Bruce, Ashton. But through the pain, she discovered that she was always enough on her own. She didn't seek revenge, she sought the truth. And in the end, karma did the rest. As Demi says in her book, "I'm not a victim. I'm a woman who found her way home." Looking back, who do you think was the more toxic influence in Demi's life? The controlling Bruce Willis or the manipulative Ashton Kutcher? Or was her mother the one who truly set her up for heartbreak? I'm looking forward to reading your opinions below. And don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the lives of your favorite icons.